Okay, so lecture 10 naman class, additional way kung saan pwede natin ma-evaluate yung mga project, either single project or comparing alternatives, two projects, no, if you want to compare alternatives. Okay, so most of feasibility studies uses this benefit cost analysis na method, no, but you also have to make sure na kailangan ma-identify ninyo kung ano ba yung magiging benefits ng projects and yung mga expected cost in a given span or year. So there's a lot of terminologies here, pero we'll just scan through these terms and pwede nyo siyang reviewin, baka lumabas sa exam, no. Okay, so for example, think of a road project. So while the construction might cause traffic congestion or mga inconvenience, so once finished, no, pero kapag natapos siya, ano ba yung mga expected, no? Kapag during construction, it caused traffic congestion, pero pag natapos naman, we expect na mas gaganda yung traffic flow or ma-improve yung conditions. So you have to evaluate kung ano ba yung mga magiging cost nito in terms of cost, in monetary terms, ng magiging benefits ng once na matapos yung project, and ano din yung mga cost associated because of the traffic congestion. So if you're an engineer or conducts a study, then you have to identify this cost for you to come up with the best decision if in-evaluate nyo pa lang yung project. So the benefits, these are the good outcomes we gain from the project, while the cost, those are the expected, no, na kailangan nating gastusin to make it happen. But meron din tayong tinatawag na disbenefits. No, yun yung mga magiging negative impact. So once na ginagawa niyo yung project or kapag natapos niyo na yung project. So aside from the cost, benefits, these benefits ay yun din yung mga negative. So mamaya meron tayong definition about that. Okay, meron tayong dalawang types ng project. The first one is yung mga public projects. Nakafocus sila sa public welfare, na funded by taxes with benefits assessed by social and community impact. Pero yung mga private project naman ay nakafocus sa profit generation, and yung nagpo-fund nun is yung mga private companies din. Okay, so for this one, can you identify kung alin ba dito yung mga public projects and yung private projects? So yung first picture, ano ba siya? Public or private? So public na. The second one, so hindi siya, yung funding niya hindi from the government taxes. No, so it's a private. Ganun din yung fourth picture. So the first and third picture are public projects. The second and the fourth are private projects, but yung benefits, marami din nag-enjoy din sa mga benefits, no, nung project na to. But of course, ang main goal nung ginagawa yung project or yung pinopropose pa lang yung project is for the profit nung private sectors na gumawa ng mga projects na to. So yung private sector, nakapokus sila dun sa return of investment. So businesses are driven by profit, so they conduct this BCA to figure out which option will make them the most money. Pero yung mga public projects, they are not about the money. So they're about to, ang goal nila is to improve yung quality of life ng general public. Yun naman yung pinaka-goal. So these projects are funded by taxes, and their benefits might not show up in terms of pesos. No, instead, benefits could include things like cleaner air, safer roads, better school, or access to clean water. So kung mapapansin niyo yung life din ng public ay mas matagal, 30 to 50 years, and for private 2 to 25 years. However, not all private projects are for short term. Meron din mga private projects na pang long term, or they also aim for sustainability and social responsibility. Also take note na meron din tayong mga project na in partnership ng public-private partnership. So yun yung next slide. So public-private partnership, ang goal is to work together on big projects that could benefit the public, such as yung mga highways, bridges, or airports. So, PPP is flexible and can take out in many forms, including yung tinatawag nating build, operate, transfer. Madami pa tong types, pero yung nandito is yung build, operate, transfer. So, the private company builds, operates, and manages the project for a set time. Once na ma-reach na nila yung investment, return of investment, babalik na nila yun sa government. Kasi sila yung nag-fund ng project, so lahat ng makita ay mapupunta muna sa kanila for the first year, for the first 20 years bago nila, pag nabayaran na ng government lahat, ito turn over na nila yun sa government ulit. So anytime a public money is spent, ginagamit yung benefit cost ratio. So isa ito sa pinaka-common na method to evaluate yung mga projects na pinopropose, kung pwede ba siyang gawin, mas mataas ba yung benefits compared dun sa cost. Okay, so it's up to you to analyze kung mas mataas ba yung benefit compared sa cost ng mga projects na to. So, say for example, the highway flyover. Ano ba yung mga possible na benefits? Of course, reduce yung traffic congestion and yung commute times, and then less yung fuel consumption. Tama ba? Pag walang traffic, less yung fuel consumption kasi mas mabilis yung traffic flow. Pero ano ba yung mga disbenefits? So, aside from the cost, pwedeng yung noise and disruption during construction. Ano ba yung effect nun dun sa mga malapit na bahay, lalong-lalo na online yung work. So, yun yung mga possible na mga disbenefits. Also, yung possible displacement of business or residents in the area. So, yung mga land zones. So, the next one, how about this Dolomite Beach? Ano yung mga benefits niya? Pwede yung improve mental health, or for recreational space for public and para maganda tingnan. So, it can boost the tourism and local businesses. Pero ano ba yung disbenefits? Ayan, so mataas yung maintenance cost and also potential to environmental harm. How about during the COVID-19? Ano yung benefits if we have more hospital facilities? So, the first, faster treatment and reduced strain, especially para makahinga din yung mga existing hospitals. Of course, improve healthcare access, especially during emergencies. How about the disbenefits? Okay, so mataas yung construction cost, equipment, staffing, and yung pag-maintain nun afterwards. So, magkano na yung maintenance after nung pandemic? How about this new government building? Ano yung magiging benefits? So, benefits include modern, efficient facilities for government functions, improve working conditions for government staff. Pero sabi ng iba, yung disbenefits from doing this project includes higher taxpayer expense, the corruption, and also public backlash because bakit ito yung pinarioritize nila other than on top of the more mas kailangan i-prioritize na project. So, yun yung mga kailangan natin i-consider once you conduct a feasibility studies before you use this benefit cost ratio. You also need to identify in terms of monetary kung ano yung cost associated dito, ano yung mga positive cost, positive amount no, na which we will consider as the benefits, ano ba yung value ng these benefits, and ano yung magiging cost. Okay, so some terminologies here. Yung cost, these are all the expenditures required to implement and maintain the project. Usually using BC analysis, most of the problems here uses the annual worth method. So, i-convert natin lahat into annual values. So, under the cost, kasama dito yung mga first cost or initial construction cost. These are the upfront capital required to build the project, such as the cost of building a highway or constructing a hospital. The maintenance and operational, these are the annual expenses to keep the project functional. The benefits, these represent the positive outcomes from the project, benefiting the public specific groups. So once you conduct the study, kailangan meron tayong value for the benefits. Included dito yung time savings, enhanced safety, and increased economic activity. Dapat may equivalent value sila in order for us to put this benefits dun sa formula. And also yung mga disbenefits, kailangan meron siyang value, which includes the construction delays, traffic congestion, noise pollution, environmental impacts. So may mga nagkakandak ng study para account natin kung magkano yung mga value na yun in terms of peso. So pwede nyo din gawin yan. Ito yung gawin yung research. You conduct the study so that you'll know the value of it, and then makapag-evaluate kayo ng projects. Kung mas okay ba, mas mataas yung benefits, will have a more benefits than the costs. So ito yung mga formula. If you're evaluating a single project, meron tayong dalawang type. Ito yung conventional and modified. So sasabihin naman sa problem kung conventional or modified. Pero in case na hindi sinabi sa problem kung modified or conventional, you have to use this conventional. Ito yung pinaka anong tawag sa ganun? Parang basis, no? Ito yung pinaka basis na formula. So, ano ba yung kaibahan ng dalawang formula? So, B minus D over CI plus yung operational and maintenance. Pero kapag ginamit ninyo yung modified, yung CM, yung operational and maintenance cost nasa numerator and negative na yung sign. So parang isusubtract natin doon sa benefits. So yun yung kaibahan ng dalawang method. Ngayon, paano natin masasabi na viable or justifiable yung project? So, kapag yung benefit cost ratio ninyo is greater than 1, you have to accept the project, otherwise, reject. So, ganun lang kadali yung decision. Basta, na-make sure ninyo na na-verify yung mga values na to from the study, yung mga benefits and disbenefits, then, masasabi natin okay yung decision. So, if sobrang taas ng benefit cost ratio, ibig sabihin, maganda yung project. Okay, so we have this example 1. Officials from the municipality of Molbol in the province of Cebu gathered to celebrate the start of beach restoration project that involves dumping sand and adding anti-erosion structures. So the first cost of the project is 90 million pesos with annual maintenance estimated at 1.02 million pesos. If the restored expanded beaches attract visitors, will spend 18.6 million per year. However, the project will lead to environmental concerns, including potential habitat loss for marine life and increased waste disposal costs from the influx of visitors. So these benefits are estimated to cost 3.5 million per year. These benefits, 3.5 million per year. So what is the conventional benefit cost and modified BC ratio at the social discount rate of 8% per year, and assume that the province wants to recover the investment in 20 years. Now, solving this problem, we need to convert the cost into EUAC, or the equivalent uniform annual cost. So, the EUAC equivalent ng first cost ay 9.1667 million. The maintenance and operational is 1.02 million. Given na din sa problem yung benefits, we have 18.6 million. These benefits 3.5 million. So using conventional na kung saan nasa baba yung maintenance cost, we have BC 18.6 minus 3.5, it will give us 1.48. So, ano yung decision natin kapag ganyan? So later na lang, using modified BC, lipat lang natin sa taas, no, yung CM&O or the maintenance and operational cost. Ang makukuha natin dyan ay 1.54. And if we try to look at this value, ang basis lang naman natin is kapag greater than 1, then the project is economically viable. So using both methods, na it gives us values that are higher than 1. So therefore, this project is justifiable. So pwede natin siyang i-go, no, given yung mga values na provided dun sa problem. Ganun lang kadali, no, kung okay ba yung project using this method. Ngayon, kapag mag-compare naman tayo ng dalawang alternatives, ano yung gagawin? So, we have, for this problem, we are given two potential locations to construct an urgent care walk-in clinic to serve rural residents. And na-specify sa problem, now we have to use the conventional BC analysis to determine which location, if any, is better, no? Kung ano yung mas better na location, given din yung interest rate na 8% per year. So, for the first project, yung initial cost is 1.2, mas mura siya compared dun sa first cost ng second option. For annual maintenance, mas mataas yung maintenance ng first option compared sa second option. The annual benefits is lower than for the first option than the second one. This benefit is lower as well for the first option. And the suitability years is 10 years and 20 years for the second option. Now, solving this problem, we need to solve for the EUAC for both options. Okay, we need to convert to EUAC, the annual cost, yung initial investment cost, which is 1,200,000, walang salvage value, and gives us 178,835, while the maintenance and operational is 80,000. For the second option, we need to convert as well the first cost into its equivalent uniform annual cost, and evaluating that, it gives us 203,704, while for the maintenance and operational, 75,000. Okay, so ito yung nandito yung do nothing option. Option 1 versus do nothing. Ito yung procedure na sa pag-solve ng dalawang option. First, kailangan muna natin i-compare, no, yung option na kung saan mas mababa yung first cost versus a do nothing option. So parang single project. Wala munang alternative. So with this, kailangan natin gamitin yung sinabi naman sa problem na yung conventional formula. So we have B minus T, and it gives us 1.66. And if greater than, mas mataas yung benefit compare sa cost, or greater than 1, then yung option 1 ay okay din. Kasi okay naman yung benefit cost ratio niya. So we can now eliminate yung do nothing option kasi mas mataas naman siya sa 1. Greater than 1 yung nakuha nating amount na value. So, mas mataas yung amount ng benefits compared dun sa cost. Now, for the second option, now, if we're going to consider the second option, this is now option 1 versus option 2. If we're going to use the benefit cost ratio, ang kailangan natin dyan ay yung difference. Ito yung tinatawag na Okay, so may incremental analysis. Ito yung tinatawag nating incremental. So, kunin natin yung difference ng benefits ng dalawang options. So, B2 minus B1. And then, yung difference ng these benefits, 50,000. And then, yung difference ng cost ng two options. So, ito yung tinatawag nating incremental benefit cost ratio if we're comparing two alternatives. So, plug in lang natin yung mga nakuwang difference now for benefits, disbenefits, and cost. And then, it will give us 0.503. Since BC, yung ratio na yun ay less than 1, eliminate option 2 and choose option 1. Pero kapag greater than 1, then we have to choose option 2. Ibig sabihin, mas mataas yung gain, no? Mas malaki yung gain ninyo for option 2 if greater than 1. But since this is less than 1, mas advantageous pa din yung option 1. No? If less than 1, mas advantageous pa din yung project kung saan mas less yung cost. No? So, if less than 1, mas okay yung option na less yung first cost compared dun sa second alternative. So, for this problem, based on analysis, option 1 is the preferred choice. So, it delivers positive net benefits at a lower cost. Okay, so this is your activity, pairs activity that I'm going to upload in Canvas.